640 WROK.
Yeah, Brian Barnhart will be busy today. Illinois is at Purdue. Pregame's at 2:30. Tip-off is at 3:30, and the Big Ten's will get ready for all the college tournaments.
Yeah,
they've already started. I know Wichita State won last night.
Yeah, they're going to be playing again today.
Hey, we don't usually have a guest in the studio, but today Nate Wieting from Rockford Lutheran got up early, and he's going to be in here today, and he's right here with us right now. First of all, last night, Nate, congratulations, 25 points. You beat a pretty good Belvidere team last night.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We knew they were a good team to come in, and we knew we had to play a pretty good game in order to beat them.
You know, what about your work on the glass last night? I had you unofficially at 19 rebounds. I don't know what the team had you with, but I mean, what about your ability to control on the glass, especially with Belvidere, who's a pretty good rebounding team?
Yeah, a lot of those rebounds, they just fell right in my hands. My teammates played great defense on ball and off ball, and I just did the rest.
You know, I want to ask you about a couple of your teammates last night. Number one, you know, I kind of felt like it was happening during the game, and I was looking at stats afterwards. I thought Matt Anderson played good last night. You know, he scored maybe 8 points, something like that, but I think I had him at 8 or 9 rebounds as well. You know, what about his play last night?
Yeah, he stepped up big. I know sometimes when I was getting double-teamed in the post, he would flash weak side, get an easy bucket. He had 8 big rebounds, I think it was. He played great defense on Barnes all night and shut him down.
You know, and then obviously the freshman Strawbridge, we talked about that last night. You know, he just didn't seem to know any better that freshmen aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, I was laughing when he got the ball stuck in between the rim and the backboard because he was playing great, and I knew he had to miss one, so I just thought it was pretty funny.
How do you guys handle a freshman on that Lutheran team? You're pretty much a veteran team right now.
Yeah, we're senior led with Ryan and Joe, but Kenny's just one of the guys. He can play with anybody on the court. He's not afraid to shoot. He's still learning a little bit. Still needs to get a little bit stronger, but he's going to be a great player.
Do you make him get like water for you and stuff once in a while, Nate, just to keep him humble a little bit, or?
No, we always give him crap about being the freshman because he can't even drive yet. So
you got to keep him in line that way, right?
That's right.
You know, what about Ryan Dolan and kind of his story? You know, I know he's been through a lot. You know, what about everything he's been through and then what he's able to contribute this year for you guys?
Yeah, Ryan overcoming both ankle injuries, the cancer scare. You know, that's a lot on a teenage kid, and just the fact that he's still playing and still loving the game is incredible to me. And I know it uplifts our team. Like I said, he's a great leader. He's a senior. We need him out there, and hopefully we can get the job done.
You know, last week you had kind of an emotional game, a tough game, a loss to Dixon. You guys came back pretty well this week and played in regionals. Did you guys kind of sit down and talk about what you wanted to do after that loss? Yeah,
Coach brought us all into the gym after that game and said a lot of guys need to step up, including myself. We just got back at practice, worked hard, worked on things we need to work on, worked on our offense a lot. Our offense struggled against Dixon, and it showed in the regionals.
Hey, you know, what about the schedule you guys played this year, you know, preparing you for this? You know, you played Dixon twice, you know, played Winnebago a couple of times, who was in a sectional championship last night, played Boylan earlier in the year. How did that prepare you guys for where you're at now?
Yeah, definitely playing those big schools. That helps us with the competition. It helps us with the size. It helps us with the strength and speed of the game. Just playing those teams throughout the year, it definitely helps prepare you for further games down the road. I know we try to get as many Nick 10 teams on the schedule as we could, a couple of Chicago teams if we were able to, and it was just a good experience and made us tough.
And you guys didn't lose any Nick 10 teams this year either, did you?
No, we did not.
What was that Boylan game like? I was there. I think that was a big deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes, it was. It was like a sectional final game in, what was it, November?
Yeah.
So it was a great atmosphere.
Was that a big, I mean, for you to being a senior to get to play Boylan on their floor, I mean, you guys have never played each other, and it's kind of like you're the two main private schools in town right now.
Yeah, Joe, Ryan, and I played with a couple of those Boylan kids coming up through middle school and high school, and we always joked around on who would win, and we finally got to play it out once.
You know, what about your fellow senior Joe Cowan and just kind of what you guys have been through together? I mean, you guys have both played since freshmen, you know, been downstate a couple of times. I know you're hoping to get there a third time. Just what about the way you guys have been able to really build up as teammates?
I know one of our coaches said that Joe Cowan, me, and Eric Clark are the only three players in Rockford Lutheran history to win 4 regionals in a row. So that was a really cool accomplishment. I hadn't thought about it up until that point, but Joe's a great player. He's in the gym every day in the summer, getting shots up, working hard. he's worked for this moment, definitely. Mm-hmm. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten bigger. I remember sophomore year, still looks like a baby. He still doesn't have any facial hair.
Right.
Does he kind of keep you guys loose on the sidelines once in a while? Joe looks like he could be a little mischievous when he wants to be.
I call him our fifth or sixth coach. I mean, he's all about X's and O's.
Really?
He lets us know who we're guarding on man a lot at free throws and stuff like that. He's big on that. He's just a great player. A smart basketball player, and gets the job done.
You know, we talked earlier about the game last night and some of the turnovers. Is that something going forward into the sectional you guys are kind of worried about, or do you more chalk that up to just Belvidere and them being a good team and playing good defense?
I think it goes a little bit both ways. I mean, Belvidere's long. They went to that zone, which we were struggling with a little bit. I think maybe some of our inexperience showed through there. I think Kenny might have had one or two. Mm-hmm. It's a big game. I mean, you come out second half, and they're going to punch you in the face, and we took the punch, and were able to overcome it.
It was a great atmosphere last night, too, at Belvidere, and that's got to be fun for you as a player.
Yeah, packed house, bleachers filled up to the ceiling. A great high school basketball atmosphere.
What do you guys got to do going forward? I know you probably want to make it downstate for a third time. So what's going to be the key for you guys going forward?
I think it's the turnovers, like you said. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to get back at it in practice. We're going to work on that. We're going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on keeping better offensively, staying tough defensively, and rebounding, like you said.
Yep. And you got Hampshire coming up. When will you start working on those guys? Today yet?
We practice tomorrow. So
tomorrow?
We get today off, and we're back at it tomorrow.
Coach Goosey, I think he played a little bit of basketball in his day. Has that helped a little bit? Because I know he was a pretty good ball player, and he took Lutheran, I think, down to state a couple times too, right?
Yeah, it's nice having a player as a coach. I mean, he knows that certain trends, certain positions where players can succeed the best, and that's very helpful when you're out on the floor.
I know last night you went out there and you hit a three-point shot. Are you the best three-point shooter on the team?
I'd like to think so. Probably not, though. Joe, Ryan, Tim, Matt Anderson, Kenny, they can all light it up from deep. I'm just the guy on the inside scoring layups.
When you get done with your career, you've had a great football career. I know you had the leg injury and stuff like that, but what are you going to remember in basketball? What's going to be the one thing that you remember? I know you guys have been really close, all of you, over the 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had many great teammates, from Tavius Montgomery, Alex Oates, Terrence Roby, Thomas Copeman, Kendall. I mean, all those guys have all graduated, but I mean, even teammates now, Kenny, Joe, Ryan, they're all great teammates, all great players. I've won a lot of great games with them. I'd say probably just doing it all with Coach Goosey. I mean, he's been the one constant throughout those 4 years, and I think that's a pretty special thing.
How's it been as a senior? Last year everybody focused on Thomas Koppelman, for good reason. He's a great player. How's it been as a senior to really kind of become the focal point, with you and Joe Kellen there of the team? Yeah,
last couple of years, I mean, we could go for Thomas for a bucket pretty much at any time of the game. He was Lutheran's leading scorer in history. Mm-hmm. You're obviously going to go to him, but this year it's a little different. Joe and I have needed to learn how to step up and take that role as the guy that we're going to and lead this team.
We're talking with Nate Wieting, the star center for Rockford Lutheran, and has it been fun? Does it seem real? I mean, we're done with the regular season. We're already into the sectionals, Nate.
Yeah, I still feel like we're at like Christmas time or something. Christmas tournament.
Yeah. Real quick, I know it's basketball season right now, but when we look back at football too, because you're great on there too, what's going to be something you remember from your football career here?
This undefeated season. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Were you there before it got really good? I mean, there was a couple years when Coach Brazzali said, well, we couldn't even break a tissue if we had to.
Yeah, my freshman year, I played a couple games up on varsity, and I think our final record was 2-7, and at that time we were looking for 4 wins, so it was quite a turnaround.
How does it feel to be a part of that as well? Where you're there as a freshman when they're that bad to be in an undefeated team as a senior.
Yeah, my 8th grade year, Coach Bazzali took the head coaching job, and he was very focused on rebuilding the program, off-season lifting, summer stuff, implementing the playbook and stuff like that. And we knew it was going to take a lot of hard work to turn around, and we were able to do that.
He's an old school coach too, isn't he?
Yes, very old school.
Yeah. Do you kind of enjoy that?
Every now and then. It's something different.
What's the funniest thing he ever said during a practice? Because he's a pretty funny guy.
That you could tell us on radio,
right.
Nate.
I'm pretty sure that it was like the last week of the season. We're practicing over at Harlem on the turf, and he is actually catching and returning punts as a 70-year-old guy. So he's with the punt returners, catching and running them.
Nice.
That was a pretty good sight.
That'd have been a good video on YouTube, wouldn't it? Yeah, you didn't laugh at him, though, did you, Nate?
No, I was laughing.
Well, you're laughing. That's good. How did he do? Does he have a little speed?
Yeah, he's got a little jump to his step.
There you
Hey, a little jump to his step. Man, you got to get in the radio, buddy. Hey, thanks so much for being on today and coming in. We really appreciate it. Good luck against Hampshire and hopefully another state tournament bid.
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, certainly. It'd be fun to see you guys down there with Auburn and DeKalb at the Super Sectionals here in about a week.
That would be cool.
We're going to wrap up the State Line Sports Hour here on News Talk 1440 WROK. We'll see you next week, bright and early at 7 a.m.